In January of '83 we started off, the two of us just playing, and we came on the name of the Proclaimers. It took a few days because we wanted a strong name, and we wanted a name that sort of said what we were doing. We thought what the songs we were writing were strong, and we knew we would put them over in a strong way. And we initially thought that because we were doing it in our own accents, and we were not hiding. We're not sort of making it an issue, but we're not hiding in any way our Scottishness. We thought initially the Scottish Proclaimers, and then we thought, well, why bother? There's no need.
There's no really obvious.
The people would get the gist of what we're about straight away, and we thought Proclaimers was just a better name.
But it was 7 years earlier that they saw the band that was to greatly influence their career, Kevin Rowland and Dexys Midnight Runners.
The first time we saw Kevin Rowland and Dexys Midnight Runners was in 1980, January. We'd been to St Andrews to see them. We went along, it was just another act appearing there. We didn't know what they were. We thought they were like a ska band or something. And then they came on stage and it was the most incredible thing I'd ever seen.
I don't remember looking around the audience very often, certainly in those days. But I do remember two specky kids down the front of the stage looking up.
Basically, throughout the period between then and us signing in 1987, he was a big help in terms of he gave us money for demo time, stuff like that. We stayed down his house in Birmingham and then in London when he lived there, and he introduced us to people, publishers and stuff who he thought could have been of help to us. We didn't have really contact with other musicians because we weren't playing in a band, we only played as a duo. So we didn't have a lot of contact with musicians, so it was good that someone who had been successful and who we thought was great was offering us such great support.
I don't think I really did. I think I was just I don't really know what I was doing in those days really, and I think that I was quite intimidated by them really, because they were very genuine and purposeful.
Seeing Dexys for the first time, it sort of reinforced or brought out what we'd heard before with my dad's record collection, things like Ray Charles and Aretha Franklin, Otis Redding, and also things like gospel, because we'd heard all those things at home, and we had to listen to them because the old man played them.
Kevin Rowland applied the R&B stuff to his own circumstances, and he wrote soul songs from a perspective of an Irish guy in England, and he applied it to his own life, and he demonstrated that his way of dealing with a record company, his way of dealing with a band or the press, he did it on his own terms as much as was possible. And he made us believe that we could do it on our own terms, and that was important when nobody else was listening.